Have a moment.
Just on my belt maybe or something?
Yeah, are you wearing a vest, or is this like a...
It's a shirt. Just run it up the sweater. That's a sweater,
Oh.
right? Yeah, yeah.
You can also cheat and just do it this way. He's gonna be sitting here, right?
Yes.
You're fine. I'm just gonna put it right here on the lip of your collar like that. And then we're just gonna hide this cord. So if you wanna sit down,
Okay.
what we can do is then,
Turn on my,
I'm just gonna, you're fine, I'm just gonna put that right there behind you.
okay.
So just don't stand up very quickly.
Oh, yeah, okay, I got it. Okay.
It's not connected to anything that way. You don't
Oh,
have to
I
worry
see,
about it.
I see.
And what's gonna happen is he's not gonna see this cord
Uh-huh.
because he's shooting it from that angle, so you're not gonna see the
Yeah,
cord
okay,
at
that's
all.
fine. Okay.
But you tell me when. Okay, second. And just so we can get a mic check, can you spell your name so I can make sure I have it correct?
Gursant, and then Singh is Singh. Okay, I'm good.
So first, let me just start with your reaction to this ad. What was your reaction?
Well, when I first saw it, I was really appalled. To have an unmarried couple, this sexy model and the Sikh man in this ad is just completely unacceptable to Sikhs,
Why?
in my opinion. Because first of all, they're not married. She's touching him in a way that's clearly sexual. Has his shirt open, and then also problem is she's got her hand on top of his turban, which is a real affront to Orthodox Sikhs. And I'll just explain quickly why. Historically, about 350 years ago, our sixth Sikh guru, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, told all of his Sikhs to wear turbans in defiance of the Mughal emperor at the time. And in fact, the Mughal emperor said that he would put a price on all the Sikhs' heads who wore turbans. So it was like a crown, and it signified that Sikhs had power and that they were a authoritative group. So when somebody like this gets the message that they can put their hand on top of a Sikh's turban, it sends the message to the public that Sikhs can be controlled and manipulated, and this is not what Sikhs are about. We're family people. We believe that we have sovereignty as a religion, and we don't want big corporations to use the Sikh religion to make profits. And that's clearly what GAP is doing here. They're using a Sikh with brown skin to what I call brown wash their ill treatment of Asian workers in India and in Bangladesh. So they have a hidden agenda here, is what it amounts to. And like I said, when I saw the ad, I was really appalled that a major corporation would use the Sikh religion in making commercial profit like this.
So specifically, what is it that bothers you about all of that?
Well, specifically, that first of all, that they're using a Sikh in this ad, all right? Because every Sikh is a representative of the Sikh religion because they wear a turban, all right? And they have uncut hair and a beard, all right? So by this Sikh, who is a model, evidently, he is representing the Sikh religion. And so I don't want my religion to be represented in this way, in a sexy commercial like this, and with the model putting her hand on top of his turban, which is clearly, you ask any body language expert, they'll tell you when you put your hand on top of somebody like that, it's a sign of control. And we don't want that. Orthodox Sikhs, that is. Now, I want to point out, go ahead. You have a question?
Well, I was going to say, can you think of something in the Christian religion that would be a comparable affront?
Well, I can think of something in the Muslim faith that would. Yeah, I don't think you'd ever find gap putting a Muslim with their turban. I forget now what it's called, but you never find that. They would have such outrage from the Muslim community that they would never do anything like this. Or think, would they put a Buddhist monk like this? You know, Sikhs are supposed to be religious people. Now, I think this brings up an interesting point, that many Punjabis who wear a turban like this and call themselves Sikhs are cultural Sikhs and not very religious, to be honest. Okay, so that's where the problem comes in. And I will tell you honestly that probably 80 or 90% of the Punjabis are against what I'm doing, protesting against the gap. They think it's cool, all right? They think it's fashion. And so I would say that they're, like I said, cultural Sikhs in that sense. But the Orthodox Sikhs, and it's using a Western term obviously, but for lack of a better word, Orthodox, we believe that the turban, or the dastar as we call this, D-A-S-T-A-R, should be respected and treated like a crown, like a king, all right? So we don't want these manipulations and actions by these big corporations in using it for fashion. The message that I see the Gap sending to all these young Sikh boys is, oh, you know, prepare yourself so that you can have more girlfriends, you can be fashionable, and have more sex. That's basically what the message sends, I think. And we, again, as Orthodox Sikhs, don't want that message out. We want the message that we're family-oriented people, that we're religious, and that we respect women. And we don't want to use them in such a kind of sexy type of ad.
And the one other question would be then, what are you hoping to accomplish out of this demonstration? What is it you want to have happen?
I want to have the Gap remove the ad, and I want to have more awareness about what Sikhs are really about. Now, I think this is an interesting point about how the Gap has used this defacing of the ad. I think you probably heard about that, where some kids wrote in, or whoever they were, haters who wrote in, make bombs instead of love. Well, I would say that Gap is using that unfortunate event to make profits. They've now put the ad as their front headliner on this campaign, Make Love, and all that it's really done, it won't change the minds of these haters. Okay, it's just going to put in the minds of the public that Sikhs are playboys and that we're interested in sex, more than anything else. So I want to get the message out there that Sikhs are family people, that we're religious, we believe in one God, and we don't have girlfriends like this and treat women like this.
You're a very eloquent speaker. You do a wonderful job. I'm good. He's going to get some other pictures.
Back up just a little bit there.
Oh, any idea how many people may turn out, or what you're hoping for to turn out?
On the event page, on the Facebook page, there's about 300 people signed up.
Okay.
Now, I'll tell you honestly that I think there'll be people there opposed to what we're doing, so we'll probably have a counter protest. And I don't know how many of those people on Facebook are going to be counter protesting or participating in what I'm putting forth.
Right.
So we'll just see. It'll be really interesting, I think. And I think that if nothing else, this will bring out the debate about what the Sikh religion is really about and how Sikhs want to be represented. Many Punjabis are against what I'm doing. I'll tell you that. A large percentage are against what I'm doing.
Why is it?
I think personally that there's a lot of vested interest in becoming mainstream.
Oh, gotcha.
And so many Sikhs come from India. Punjabis come from India. And they want to make money, all right? There are a lot of Sikhs who own liquor stores. They own these smoke shops. And I think it's sad, it's very sad that they want to use this big advertising campaign with a fashion model to promote their businesses and to get more into this mainstream idea of having promotion for their like I said, their liquor stores and,
Right.
and smoke shops, things like that. So you know, like I said, I've taken a lot of grief about this. There's no question about it. A lot of Punjabis are against me. If you read those comments on the Facebook page, you'll see just how ugly it's gotten. It's pretty bad, and it's painful actually to see some of my brothers and sisters do that.
Do you know what the Orthodox community numbers are in this region? As far as how many Orthodox there are versus Punjabi?
That's a very good question. Generally speaking, Orthodox Sikhs are what we call Amritdhari Sikhs, who have taken an oath not to drink, not to smoke, and to live a very clean lifestyle, is very, very small, maybe 5% of the population of Sikhs.
Gotcha.
It's very small, like that. But I'm a firm believer in the Sikh code of conduct, and that if you're going to represent yourself as a Sikh, you need to follow the Sikh code of conduct.
Right.
That's my feeling on it. You know, I don't want all these fake Sikhs out there.
I know, I understand.
That's what I see. You know, in fact, I put that in the posters here. You know, and I think this Boris Ariwalia, he probably qualify as one of these what I call fake Sikhs. I have pictures of him where he's drinking. He's got women on his lap, and it's just disgusting. Actually, and it's really bad. So I don't want somebody like that representing the Sikh religion. That's my goal here.
So the main, and again, I don't want to put words in your mouth, so correct me if I'm wrong, but your main issue and what your main reason for being appalled and find unacceptable is the image that they are trying to portray for the Sikh, which is contrary to what you believe the very foundation is.
Yes,
of
exactly.
being a Sikh.
Exactly.
And then,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I just want to make sure
sure,
that I
sure.
understand it just
Yeah.
on a very basic level.
Yeah.
But part of that also then opens the door to, you do see this as kind of a way to, in your words, brownwash what's happening with workers in Asia.
Yeah.
But it goes back to the main message that is trying to send, giving an image that is not true to the foundation of what it means to be a Sikh.
Yeah, real
Right.
Sikh. Yeah. Yeah, and the Gap's bottom line is making money.
Right.
There's no question about that.
But
yeah.
I just want to make sure I understand.
Yeah.
You're not offended that the Gap is trying to make a profit. I mean, that's what their business is. You are offended by what they're doing
Right.
to the Sikh religion and to the image of what a true Sikh should be
Right.
in the pursuit of making money.
Yeah, I'm a capitalist.
Right.
Okay, I admit it. I'm
Right.
a conservative capitalist, but
Yeah.
but we also have
I'm good if you just want to go there.
a moral obligation
Right.
in representing
Right.
fairly what the religious values and principles are.
Right.
And I think what Gap has done in Bangladesh is inexcusable. You can't sacrifice moral ethics by ill-treating workers and child labor, all this type of thing that they're doing there, and then brownwash it by using a major religion. The Sikh religion is the 5th largest religion in the world, and Gap is using that religion. And I have to say honestly, 90% of the Punjabis are not seeing that.
Right.
All right. Now I have a unique position because I grew up in America. I converted to Sikhism about 35 years ago. All right. So I know how I've been involved in politics all my life, and I know how these big corporations work.
Right.
You know, and it's really something that I feel like I can really help the Sikh community with, because I see the real things going on here.
And the reason I asked that question
Yeah.
isn't, I just want to, in a TV sense,
Yeah.
if we were writing this down,
Yeah.
someone who's reading it has the opportunity to go back and reread something and,
Right.
read it as many times as they want to make sure they understand the full context.
Yeah.
When you put something on television,
Yeah.
you have to explain it so basic that people
Yeah.
are understanding it as they're hearing it, because
Yeah.
unless you have a DVR or recording it,
Yeah.
you don't have the ability to go back and watch it over
Yeah.
and over again.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's why I say it's good to know where the
Mhm.
the precise reasoning for the major affront, and
Yeah.
then from that
Mhm.
comes out the other issues of the mistreatment of
Yeah.
workers
It's
and
about
the profit motive. But the bottom line is the
Yeah.
message it's sending
Yeah.
about what Sikh is
Right. Right.
versus what it really isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way of describing
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I think you did that quite
Yeah.
elegantly.
And that's the reason I asked that, not to change